servers. I think Sony's offered this on PlayStation Premium, but they let's see. Oh damn, there ain't nobody on this. Yeah, this I'm telling you, man, this game need to go to Game Pass or they need to charge $10 for this game. I think they charge it a little too much. This game has so much potential, bro. Too bad they be giving up on games. Let's see. Okay, some of these are fresh servers. I'll join them. Yeah. You know, and it costs money to keep those servers up too, so. I like this game because it actually gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys while I'm streaming. It's a little slow pace, ain't really much going on. It's a great game, man. This needs to come to Game Pass, man. It really do. This really needs to come to Game Pass. Damn, they start you with all this stuff. Damn. Oh, the only thing you don't get is a bed. Wow. Oh, let's see. It's a base up there. Let's see. Yeah, man, some people made some big bases. Look at this. Yeah, this game needs to go to Game Pass or something. I don't know why they don't just get the check. You know, maybe they gotta go to Microsoft and be like, hey, Microsoft, because I mean, it is a good quality game. You know, then it's a shame to see nobody playing it because people ain't really buying it, or if they did, they just lost interest. You know, and that's why I try to tell people the appeal of selling games is just not there anymore. Just not there. People don't really care about buying games because if they did, I mean, back in the days in the 360, there'd be tons of people on this game. There's nobody. It literally lives up to its name, Deadside, because this game is dead. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Yeah, I really do enjoy this game, but man, this game is dead. Is this Daisy? No, it's Deadside. I think they should bring this to the Switch. I can see the Switch gamers playing this. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a good game, Dustin. A lot of people don't play it, man. That's the problem, man. This game needs a service or subscription, like freaking yeah. Like they either need to drop the price to $10 or take that check from Microsoft or Sony. That's the only reason why people would play this game. They should just take the check. Just say Microsoft, hey man, how much money you know? It's not that it's not a good quality game. I think Microsoft will look at this game and be like, yeah, we'll give you a few mil, keep it on Game Pass, and you can still sell the game. I think that's what I'm telling people. That's the future, man. Especially for games like this. Yeah, no, this is a good. You know, it's funny, Dust. This is a great quality game, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't play it. And I feel like this game would be perfect for like a PlayStation Premium or a PlayStation, what is it? Well, like a Game Pass type of ordeal. You know what I'm saying? I just think with whoever it is, they need to pay that check and be like, hey man, we'll put the game on Game Pass for like 2 mil or something like that, 5 mil. I think they would do it. It's a really good quality game. For an indie, it's a very good quality. I've seen way worse. It's just the problem is this game's not very populated. Yeah, well, there's too many like alternatives. Like you got DayZ, Ultimate. Oh, that's on tier 1 now. On Ultimate tier. Oh, you talking about Game Pass? Yeah. I think I did see that. That's what I'm saying, man. When a game gets old, it needs to go to a subscription service so the game can continue to stay alive. This game is crossplay too between PS5 and Xbox, but I just think it's just not enough because people have to buy it, and $25 for some people may be too steep. You know, I think Dreamcast guy was right. The lowest is the best. The lower price games I think will do better. You think he's capping no New Jack? I honestly, my whole assessment of it, I feel like with PlayStation, if they do that, in my opinion, there would be no reason for a PlayStation. And it's because, not because of the fanboy stuff, but that's where they get most of their money. They get most of their money through the live service and subscription, which is PlayStation Plus. And if you put Steam on Plus, that completely destroys that. You feel me? People are paying for Game Pass because they want to play the games. And even if these Xbox gamers transition to PC and they downgrade Game Pass to $20 a month, these Xbox gamers will more likely pay for it. They're paying $30 now. So imagine if they go to the Xbox PC and then it drops back to the original 20, right? These Xbox dudes are going to pay for it. So that's Microsoft's like, okay, that's 30 million of these dudes going to Xbox PC that are going to pay for Game Pass Ultimate. Because Xbox gamers, even with free online, they will pay for Game Pass Ultimate. They will pay for it, even on the Xbox PC. They're not going to go as far, well, I'm going to buy them on Steam. I mean, that only really benefits you if you're on PlayStation. They might just do that for some Sony selective titles, but other than that, an Xbox gamer don't need to do all that. They could just buy Game Pass and have access to everything on PC Plus and then some, and then have open options for Steam and all the OSs. So that's why I'm saying that Microsoft is going to do pretty good with the Xbox PC. I really hope it does well because I feel like that is the future of gaming. You know, and then with this cloud push that they're doing now, Sony ain't even going to be able to compete. Sony's not going to have anything. I'm telling you guys, man, what can Sony do to compete with that? And it has nothing to do with exclusive games. It has more to do with the fact that if you do that, if PlayStation puts Steam on Xbox, I mean, if Steam go to PlayStation 6, then that would be no reason for you to pay to play online. That's the reason why Sony is not going to allow that. And it's not because of their games, it's because of third party. Third party is what's keeping PlayStation afloat. And Microsoft knows that. That's why they say, you know what? We're going to acquire the third party. We're going to have third party offered through our ecosystem far better than what you can do. And that's what's going to shift the tide. It's not about the box. It's about the ecosystem and how many members they can garner out of it. And for the ponies that want to sit there and console war, well, continue to still buy those old Xbox games. That's still money in Microsoft. Microsoft knows what they're doing, man. And I'm telling you, man, they've already won. That's why Sony was afraid after that Activision Blizzard deal. They were afraid. They knew if that went through, it was done. PlayStation is living on borrowed time. That's what they are. They trying to deflect and say it's Xbox, but in reality it's PlayStation. Because if Nintendo goes mobile, their games are going to be successful. If Nintendo goes multi-plat, their games are going to go successful. Because Nintendo has the power of their games. Xbox has the power of their games. People like their games. So no matter where they go, people are going to play them. But on PlayStation, nobody likes your games. That's why I keep emphasizing and telling PlayStation dudes, buy your exclusives. Stop thinking you're hurting people because I'm buying Halo Campaign Evolved. Yeah, Nintendo has been mobile, but I'm saying, but if they go fully mobile with the phones, right? They're gonna, bro. Nintendo's gonna be good. That's what I'm saying, but that's just because Nintendo has the games that people want to play. Nobody wants to play no PlayStation trash. Oh, there we go. Headshot. I really wish people did play this game, man. It's very sad to see this game and then nobody's on it. Yo, what's up, Argue? Oh, my favorite Nintendo fan, man. I know you got a discussion for us today. What you got, Argue? What are we going to be arguing about today? Usually got those interesting conversations. Yeah, you always got something cool to talk about, so... It's always conflicting, but it's good for discussion. And same thing you too, Dustin. You're another one. Hey, I don't like everybody that just agrees with the same. As long as it's reasonable and actually is a valid argument. Looking forward to renting. Oh, you're renting it? Oh, he ain't even buying it. Oh, Oh, he ain't even buying it. What happened, Argue? What? You a Nintendo fan, bro. What? You don't want to buy it? He talking about renting. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm broke. I would buy it. Oh, he would buy it. Okay, okay. He just don't got the money to buy. Okay, 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 okay. I thought he seen that the fact that the game was at 80 on my Metacritic. He's at money's tight right now. I want it. Oh, okay, you did? I was about to say though, man. I'm like, Argue, he ain't buying it. He a Nintendo dude. What? He seen that 80 on Metacritic. He like, I don't want it. I will say one thing. I do think this Metroid Prime 4, I think it's a solid game. Any diehard Metroid fan would probably love it. I'll probably get it at some point. I'm gonna get it on a buy two get one, of course. Every time Nintendo drops games like this, I'm always picking them up on the buy two get one. Hopefully it's like that during the holiday season on Christmas. And your boy will be walking out with Metroid Prime 4. But, Squares ain't gonna... Yeah, exactly. They're not gonna turn me off either. I think everybody's just over-exaggerating. And I think also, too, the ones that are glazing the game, I just feel like it's a reasonable game. You know what I mean? 80 on Metacritic, 80 on dollars. That does make sense, though. I just think what it is, though, I just think it just didn't do much to invent the wheel. You feel what I'm saying? I think Metroid Prime 4 is a good game. I just think it just didn't do much to invent the wheel of Metroid. I think it's just more of the same. Yeah, it's definitely a solid game. I don't know why everybody keeps saying it's the worst game ever. Like, you got people over fabric. That's what I'm saying. People are always over fabricating, and then you got people that constantly glaze it. It's like there's no middle ground. Like I said, I think it's a reasonable game. It might not be the best. Ooh, somebody knows like OG Xbox emulator could be coming to demo. Ooh. Yeah, 10 years, that's what I'm saying. A long wait. I mean, Nintendo thought they could salvage it with this cross-generation crap that they did. Like I said, I mean, I think it's a reasonable game. I don't think it's a game that's going to make me want to buy the Switch 2. I heard it runs at 60 on the Switch 1. I heard it runs 60 FPS on Switch 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, I was expecting some worse results, but actually the Switch 1 owners, they got a treat. They just don't got the 4K, but they got a 60 FPS treat. I'm using Porter Rock's Gamefly. Gamefly. Yeah, I remember Gamefly though. Gamefly is the truth, man. That was Game Pass before Game Pass. Ooh, Star Fox. What do you think of that game? Star Fox Adventures, in my personal opinion, is a good game. I liked it, which aka was called Dinosaur Planet for the 64, and then they decided to port it to the GameCube. I always like to throw a little history lesson for people that don't know about these games, but I do. I personally enjoyed it. I liked the Star Fox Adventures. Yes, it was essentially Star Fox Legend of Zelda, but I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. Personally, at my point of view, I think it was a good game. Not the greatest. Yeah, Dino Planet, yeah. I thought it was a great game. Not the best game, obviously, but my favorite. I love Star Fox 64, man. It's just something about that game, man. Dream of that game. I know. Imagine if that game actually came out on the 64, though. Oh, that would be crazy. That would. Yeah, Star Fox 64, man. That game is so good. I love that game, man. It's amazing. You can't go wrong with it. It's such a great title. The 64 might have had a limited library, but it had a lot of good games, man. It had a lot of bangers. It did. It had a lot of great titles. Even though it didn't have a huge library, but the library that it did consist of were all high quality titles. Yeah, it definitely did, though. It definitely had the heart, man. You had the Mystical Goemon games. You had Bomberman 64, Heroes, Second Attack, Mischief Makers, Castlevania, 2 Castlevania games, Turok 1, 2, 3, Rage Wars, Armorines, the best Shadow Man before the Dreamcast came out. Remember, they had one of the best versions of Shadow Man. Bro, I mean, Resident Evil 2 was pretty good on it. I mean... GoldenEye, yep, World Is Not Enough. They had some really good 3D visuals for that. I mean, the 64 was Super Mario 64, Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, like, bruh, Rocket Robot on Wheels. Yep, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Oh, yeah. They had so many good games. Mickey Speedway, Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart. Like, it was, you have the wrestling games, WrestleMania No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000. That was a WCW versus NWO. That, bro, oh man, that was a multiplayer console, man. You know what the funny thing is? Nintendo was pushing, yeah, Perfect Dark as well. Nintendo was pushing multiplayer way before, you know what's crazy? I don't think people give 64 credit though. The 64, right? Even though it wasn't online, was pushing multiplayer games. I mean, PlayStation had its multiplayer, but they were similar to the arcade. But that 4-player multiplayer, though, I mean, you got to think about it, man. That was revolutionary, bruh. 4-player multiplayer games, that was revolutionary, man. I think that's something that we're going to have to look back with the N64 and be like, yo, that's crazy. Because there wasn't very many. I mean, PlayStation had the multi-tap and all that. But the 64, man, 4 players off the rip. Every game, essentially, they had multiplayer supported 4 players. Like, Pokemon Stadium, like, bro, I'm telling you, man. That's it. The 64 was the multiplayer machine, man. It was so good that Microsoft decided to copy it with the original Xbox. It was like, bro, when it came down to parties, that's what you played on. When it came down to having functions and like, what are we gonna do? Mario Party, that's what you played on. You played on the 64, bro. 64 was a multiplayer console. Well, I had a lot of single players too, but it was a very multiplayer console. You know, I'm not saying Sega Saturn didn't have, but you needed all these adapters, and even then, they only supported mostly like arcade games, like 2-player co-op or stuff of that nature. But 64 took it on to that competitive level for console game. If you think about it, though, think about it. The 64 kind of, you know, for console game, it kind of created that Halo before we even got it, though. Microsoft just kind of jumped in with Halo and put that game out there, and that kind of people, you know what's funny? They give respect, right? And it's crazy. They give all the credit to Halo, but they were games that came out before Halo that was doing that already. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. That's what I mean. The 64 is just slept on because they give all the credit for the original Xbox for creating that experience, but the 64 did it first. They did it first with all their games and all that. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, NFL 2K on a Dreamcast. Yo, that was crazy. Yo, Angry, bro. No, bro, people couldn't even believe it, bro. That game was way better than Madden, bro. Way better than Madden. I don't know what people was talking about. Oh, it's Madden. I'm like, bro, Madden is not better, bro. NFL 2K was far better than Madden. Far better than Madden. I even told people that 2K basketball was going to take over NBA Live. And look what happened. That's why EA had to buy the NFL license, because you know why? They got afraid. They got scared. They knew. Yeah, Dreamcast, man, is one of the greatest consoles of all time, bro. Greatest. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, those games, man, people don't... 2K5 is the best. Yo, 2K5 to this day is still the most realistic sports game. Still. There's not a Madden game alive that's more realistic than that. NFL 2K5 is one of the most realistic football games I've ever played in my life, bro. Even to this day. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? But Nintendo, man, even though they had their little audience, but I mean, I respect that, because even going into the other generation with the PS2, they still focus heavy on that multiplayer. With the Smash Bros, the Mario Kart 4-player. I don't know, it just didn't have that much of an impact with the GameCube, though. It didn't. I don't know, the 64's impact didn't have the same appeal. Because I know people say the 64 and the GameCube sold about the same. But I do feel like the GameCube, I feel like the 64, it's funny because the GameCube has some of these 64 games. But I don't know, man, the 64 just was peak. I don't know. I mean, if you look at it from the grand scheme of what we was getting on PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn, with those type of multiplayer games we got, man, 64 was killing it, man. They were killing it in their own regard. You know? And I think people miss those days. I think people miss the days where every console was different. You know, the 64, right? The 64 was known for having multiplayer and some good single player. Yeah, I agree. I prefer... Yeah, like, it's weird, though, right? The 64 just had... I don't know. Because you got to remember, too, the GameCube, they started focusing more on the third party, but they lost a lot though. You know what I mean? They focused on third party. The third party ports was trash in a lot of the cases. They missed out on a lot of games. I mean, 64 did as well. It did. But the games that they had all stood out, bro. NBA Hang Time was amazing. They had like their own games, man. And at the time, Shadow Man was only good on the 64 until the Dreamcast version came out. Yeah. Yeah, my father, he didn't like the 64 though. My father didn't like it. He bought it for himself and then he realized he didn't like it. Yeah, he didn't. My father hated it. He thought it was supposed to be like the Super Nintendo, but guess what my dad went to? He went to the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation 1. Yeah, my dad did not like the 64, bro. My dad also didn't like the GameCube. Yeah, it was the GameCube and the Dreamcast. My dad did not like those systems. My dad hated it's so funny. My dad hated the Dreamcast and he hated, which is funny because he loved all the Sega. Oh crap. He loved all the Sega systems until the Dreamcast, and then he loved all the Nintendo systems until Super Nintendo. You know what I mean? He couldn't mess with them after. Yeah, he's about that, a little older than that, angry. Yeah. Yeah. He was not a fan of it, man. You know, I think what got him back into gaming was the PS3. The PS3 is what got my dad back into gaming. My dad loved the PS3. He loved it, bro. 46, okay, yeah, because my dad, my dad was into the arcade games. You know, he liked the shmups, you know, the fighters, the arcade games. So that's what my dad's all about. So when he sees this game like Sonic Adventure, he's like, oh, well, you know, this is for like, what's this? Oh, it's got a storyline, Dad. Look at that. Sonic is voice. My dad was like, huh? This ain't no game. It's so funny though, right? Back then, like, no, it's funny though because we compare that to games now, right? Because my dad was like, yo, why they got? I remember though, he was telling me when I was playing Sonic Adventure, I'm like, yo, Dad, look at the graphics, man, and all that. Look at that. Sonic is talking. He's like, yo, where's the gameplay though? Yo, where the gameplay though? My dad's like, yo, where's the gameplay, man? Like, yo, he's like, you gotta. I said, yeah, you gotta roam. You gotta, you know, find the. My dad's like, I don't see the appeal to this crap. Yo, my dad hated that, bro. He hated it. I will say one thing. He was amazed when he see Mario 64. He didn't like it, but he was shocked, though. You know what I mean? He's like, he didn't understand. He's like, yo, I don't see the appeal to this crap. The only time he really got into gaming was with PS3. PS3, he got in heavy. 360 and PS3, I think it was because of the online. Heavy. Yo, he was a huge fan of the multiplayer like Killzone, SOCOM. Like my dad was like that was the last era that my dad was a hardcore. You know what I mean? My dad was like rank 1,000 on Call of Duty 4. You know what I mean? My dad was actually really into that that system, man. You know, PS3. That was, man, you know? And then he got the PS4, and then it's like he did play it, but then he just started playing just Call of Duty. He played Uncharted. Like, he started carrying the tradition of the PS3 to the PS4, and then eventually it just he just became Call of Duty, man. My dad just became Call of Duty, man. But he played from the like he loved the 360 multi, but he couldn't play Gears. He said Gears is too hard for he said Gears of War's too hard. He said Halo's too hard. My dad couldn't play those games, man. He's like, he liked them. He liked watching us play, but he said, I can't play that Halo. I can't play that Gears of War. My dad could not play those games, man. He's like, I can't play that. He said, I wish I could play it, but I can't play that. But he liked the Killzone, the SOCOM, the MAG. Oh, he was really into MAG. My dad loved MAG. Yeah, he loved the MAG, man. You know, it's sad because that was like the last memories I had with him playing with the PS3, and we had a good time as a family. You know what I mean? With that system. Even when he paid $600 for it, man. You know? We would buy games together saying, oh, you know, well, listen, how this game... Yeah, MAG was dope. You know? I remember my dad bought Brothers in Arms. We was just buying stuff just to see how good it was, and you know what I mean, Dark Sector. Like, we were just experimenting, you know what I mean? We really liked it. The console, it really brought us together. And it's just a shame because now, you know, my dad don't even really care no more. He's like, it's not the same, you know? I said, what you playing, Dad? He's like, I'm just playing Call of Duty. I'm like, you know they got the new one, right? Yeah, I just played Cold War. I was like, damn, you don't want to play the other one? Yeah, I just played the Cold War. It's all the same. He told me it's all the same. Oh, yeah. I got a Super Slim myself. My dad loved it. That was the last system, guys. You know, I mean, he still got the new stuff, but he just don't play it, bro. He don't play it. Yeah. Xbox, he liked it, but he said the games are too difficult. So at that point, he went from the 360 because he loved it. Fear. He liked the early on games, and then but PS3 was his last. That was his last. You know. After PS3 was done, I think my dad was done with gaming, and then now he just plays Call of Duty on PS4. He told me, he's like, yo, he got the PS5, right? You know what he told me? He said it's all the same. I said, Dad, for real? He's like, it's all the same. They all look the same. That's what my dad told me. He bought a PS5, right, to play like some games, and my dad said it's all the same. So he got rid of his PS5 and kept his PS4. He didn't even keep his. He didn't even. Yo, that don't even make sense, right? My dad literally got rid of his PS5 over and he kept his PS4 instead. I told my dad, I'm like, yo, you know the PS5 is backwards compatible, right? I like the PS4. I'm like, what the hell? You don't even want the 5? Yo, I know, right? My dad don't even want the new thing. He's like, I like the PS, because it's probably the memories, though, Paulo. It's the memories. You know, old guys, they got memories. I told my dad, right? I said, yo, because he was buying an old Sega Saturn and stuff like that, right? He's like, oh, I'm going to play the Virtual Fighter 2 again. On the side, I'm like, Dad, you could well, now you can because they delisted it. But at the time, I was like, Dad, you could just buy a 360, whatever, or Xbox One and play Virtual Fighter for $5. And he's like, oh, I want to play it on the Saturn, though. I want to play it on the Sega Saturn. I'm like, what, Dad? They want to play it their way. You feel what I'm saying? Even if there's a better option, they still want to play Virtual Fighter because it brings them back to a time with the controller and they feeling it. And it brings them back. You know what I'm saying? I trust me. I had a hard time telling my dad or trying to understand where my dad's coming from with all this. But yeah, that's how he was. He's like, I'd rather play it on the Saturn. I'm going to go get me another Saturn. And, you know, he said that's the truth. Even if there's a better option, a better way, he still would play it that way. Yeah, dev mode on Series S is amazing. You know? Yeah. I mean, I get it too because I like to say I love the Sega Saturn controller, man. That's one of my favorite controllers. So I mean, he ain't lying about that. You know, it's crazy because I remember my dad put me onto the Saturn, man. Three Dirty Dwarfs, all those great games, man. Me and my cousin, we also used to sit at the screen. Oh, it was Fighting Game Machine. Yo, it was still a good multiplayer system too because I was playing a lot of multiplayer on it as well. So, you know what I mean? It was such a, bro, like, I don't know, man. It was such a great time. I don't know if it's just technology. I don't know what's really ruining society. But just something, Angry Therapist, just something about, like, that time frame was just, it just felt magical, man. Yeah, definitely a 2D powerhouse. I got asked to. I still have a lot of these games now. Was it really? I mean, I ain't gonna lie. That would be really comfortable to use that controller. He said, did you know the site? I thought it was used for Nights into Dreams, though. But I'd be surprised though if that's the case. That'd be crazy. Really, it was okay. I thought it was for Nights into Dreams, but I'll definitely look into that. Damn, you only seen one once, bruh. The Sega Saturn, bro. I'm gonna tell you something, right? And I love the N64. Don't get it twisted. I love the N64, right? I valued it because it was like one of the first systems I had in my personal room, right? That I didn't have to go to the living room and play. I'm going to tell you this. The Sega Saturn, bro, in my opinion, should have won that gen. It should have won it. They had the games, but only in Japan, though. You got to import. My dad used to know this guy. He used to import all his games for him. You know what I mean? He used to get them from Japan, and he used to pay him a little extra so he can get the Japanese copies and stuff. But yeah, he used to play those games. He used to play them. The Japanese imports, man. Sega of America, they didn't know what the hell they was doing, man. And to be honest, it should have taken over the PlayStation 1. The Sega Saturn, man, was a good console, man. Man, my boy didn't wait for the Saturn on the PS1. His console came out, he bought it. Yo, I think my mom did that for me with the PS2. Yeah, and I told my mom, I was like, there's not enough games. And then she ended up returning it or something. I think she did that. I had the PS2 before anybody. I remember, I was like, yo, how'd I get the PS2? Yeah, I was like, what? I think I had it a year early or something. I'm like, how did I, you know? And you know what's funny? I didn't even play it. My mom was like, "You don't play the PS2?" I said, "It's boring." And you know what I was playing? I was playing the 64 and the Dreamcast. I wasn't even playing it. But she got, yeah, I wasn't even playing the PS2. I wasn't even playing it. I didn't care for it. I was playing the 64 and the yeah. It was only until my dad, right? When we went to, was it Toys R Us at the, oh man, good memories. We went to Toys R Us, right? No, I liked it afterwards. Initially, no, I didn't like the PS2. No, PS2 was trash, bro. He's like, what? PS2 was trash, bro. When we got it, bro, listen, man, it was trash. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. Hey, listen, I can't. I was playing my 64 and my Dreamcast, bro. That to me was better. PS2 got good around, like, I'd say 2003. When GTA 3 came out, and then you had Vice City. That's when PS2 was kicking. That's when PS2 was kicking. To me, it was before San Andreas. It was with Vice City. When Vice City came out, that's when the PS2 was worth talking about. Oh yeah. And then you had, what was it? I think was it Def Jam Fight for New York coming out next year. San Andreas. Like 2004, it decimated everything. PS2, yeah. Like I swear, by that time, 2003, 2004, yeah, PS2 was kicking, bro. It was kicking, and I know it's funny because I had the original Xbox and I liked it that more than the PS2. But by 2000, I would say NBA Street Volume 2 was amazing. I would say by, I'm trying to think, because things, it's just so funny how fast things used to happen. So PS2, I fell in love with it around 2003. 2004 solidified that. I think I stopped playing my Xbox after that. I think I did. Let me see. Yeah, I think I stopped playing my Xbox after that. Yeah, because then you had Kingdom Hearts, and then, yeah, I stopped playing my Xbox. It's just so funny how time used to feel like it was longer, but it wasn't really that long. So I stopped playing my original Xbox, and then I think I did get San Andreas for it. I did. The 2005, I think I got that. And then Shadow Colossus brought me back to the PS2. That game brought me back to the PS2. And then 360. Shadow Colossus was the last bit. Well, then there was Kingdom Hearts, and there was a few other games. But then, once that 360 came out, bruh, I was fiending, bruh. I was fiending, man. Bro, when that 360, bro, I don't know what it was, man. I was like, yo, I want an Xbox. When I seen that Call of Duty 2, bro, with the gun, and you see the metal grailing on the gun, I'm like, bro, I need a 360, man. Yo, Shadow Colossus was. My mom was like this, right? Let me tell you something. I was at the store, right? Skate, and my mom was like, cause I was saving money for the 360. Mom was like, oh, you're not gonna save your money for the 360, and I'm seeing Shadow Colossus 2 through the, I'm not Shadow Colossus through the damn glass, right? I'm like, yo, but I want this though. That look good. I didn't even know what the game was. I just bought it because of the damn cover. I was like, I want that game, Mom. You know, you gotta save your money for that 360. I ended up getting it anyway. You're not gonna save your money for the 360. You're not gonna. That's what my mom said. You're not gonna save it for the 360. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna get that Shadow Colossus. So I asked the lady. She got it out the glass. I think it was like $40 or something. I picked it up. I got that, bro. Man, listen, I was loving it, bro. I loved it. And I had a speaker system in my room, so I put the speakers on, and you hear the orchestrate music. I was like, oh, this game is amazing. Bro, I was in love with that game, man. I was in love. And then I think during the 360, like even during the PS3, I was still playing PS2, because you had God of War 2. My dad, listen, he used to call them on the phone. My dad was like, yo, when is God of War 2 coming out for the PS3? Like, yo, my dad would literally call him on the phone. It was hilarious. No, he would used to roast him. Yo, I remember my dad was like, he's like, when y'all gonna have some voice chat with your games? On 360, they have it. Yes, sir, we're working on it, sir. And, I used to hear my dad used to call them. He used to call him comparing. He like, yo, where's God of War? He's like, that don't make no damn sense. He's telling the guy at Sony on the phone, that don't make no damn sense. Why you dropping God of War 2 on PS2 but not PS3? And the lady's like, I don't know, sir. This. Things are coming, Yo, imagine if we had those recordings. Imagine if I could go back in time, bro, like that guy that be posting up his old stuff, and I could post that. Oh man, y'all would be laughing, bro, laughing. You know, it was hilarious, man. Because my dad was like, "Yo, some of your PS3 games got voice chat, but not all of them." And he's sitting there talking to the lady, like, "Why?" Man, you know, it was a good time, though, man. It was a good time. They eventually did drop it. You know, yeah. What's up, Joe? They eventually did drop it, though. But man, the PS3. And the funny thing is, it felt like a journey, man. Because my dad, he bought the system because he's just one of these dudes. He wanted to show us that the PS3 was just as good as the 360. That's how my dad is. He's the underdog. He's the underdog. This is the same guy that took the Atari Jaguar over the PS1. Like, he's this type of guy, bro. He's the type of guy that went from turbo. That's how I know about these things. Instead of getting the NES and stuff like he'd rather have the turbo. My dad's like, nah, I'm turbo. I guess my dad was a console fan, but I don't know what he was. But he always wanted to be different. Like, if everybody got NES, he went elsewhere. He's like, nah, I want turbo. Turbo graphics. Oh, if everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's how my dad was. Everybody's going for that. Oh, I'm 3DO. Nah. I don't know. My dad was always different. He always wanted to be different. He didn't want the same. You know, it's funny how console fanboys all want the same thing. My dad didn't want the same thing as y'all. Like, for example, if something was popular, my dad would go with something else. He didn't care. My dad did not care. Yo, for real. My dad loved the underdogs, man. He did, and that's how I was able to experience so many games and so many different things because of this underdog mindset. Now, mind you, we had everything, of course, but that underdog mindset is what made me see other games, and oh my goodness, it was one of the best lives that I could ever have because I experienced so many different genres of games and played so many different titles. It was incredible. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, yeah, like that's how I know a lot about different games. That's why people's like, how you know about all these things? Because my dad, you know, he was the underdog. That's how he was. You know, he's always the underdog. So when the PS3 at the time, when everybody was talking about the 360, yeah, GameStop law, right? The origins of GameStop, right? And then the PS3 came out, you know, PS2, because before he didn't really care for PS2, but PS3 he was like, oh, no, you know, Sony, they gonna do it. So he's seeing on like the Core, he's like, yo, look at this, we got Core, look at that, it's a monthly subscription. I was like, Dad, what is this? They charge you for demos and stuff? We used to roast each other too, though. I was like, Dad, we got 360, it's better. We got Lost Play. Yo, we used to roast, yo, me and my dad used to roast each other. Yo, for real, my favorite, that's my dad's favorite game, Alien vs. Predator. Literally, that's his favorite game. I remember he had that, Doom, and then Wolfenstein, which I actually played all of them. Doom had no music, and Wolfenstein has some nice 3D visuals on the enemies and the guns. You know, yeah, my dad loved it. He loved the Jaguar actually. My dad wasn't that type of person. He didn't really console fanboy. But I remember telling my dad, I was like, yo, and then when Unreal Tournament, it's so funny. When Unreal Tournament 3 came out, my dad said 360 ain't got it. He said 360 don't got it. He said it's made by Cliff Blazinski. Y'all didn't get that one. My dad was roasting me. He said, yeah, y'all got Gears, but we got Unreal Tournament 3. That's what my dad said. And then eventually it came over, right? But it was funny, though. I guess me and my dad was console war, and we didn't even realize. We used to clown. We used to laugh about it. You know what I mean? But nowadays, these people take this to extreme levels. You know? But it was entertaining, though. It was very entertaining. Like, you know, my dad's like, oh, we got Killzone 2 and 3. You know, yeah, that game ain't nothing, Dad. That game's nothing. And he see me playing it. Yeah, he see me playing it. I was like, oh, man. That was funny. But my dad, he really loved the PS3 because those are the games he could actually play. He liked it the 362, but he couldn't really play the 360 games. He just said they're too difficult. Like the Gears of Wars and the Halos, he said they're just too difficult. They're too mechanical. You know what I'm saying? So my dad couldn't handle that. But he did like them, though. He did like them. You know? For real. Good time, though, man. A really good time. I remember when GoldenEye came out for the Wii. Y'all know I traded my 360 for a Wii? Yo, y'all know that? Yo, y'all know I traded my three. Y'all gonna be like, what? I traded my 360 for a Wii. Thank you. I traded my 360 for a Wii, guys. Yeah, y'all want to know the story of that? I traded. Yo, check this, right? Because I played a lot of the games, right? And I think this was during the time when what was it? GoldenEye for the Wii came out, and you know I loved it on the 64, right? And I seen that trailer. I was like, oh snap, man! I had no money type stuff. I didn't want to wait. I'm being serious. I did. I even got one where I traded my 360 for a PS2, bro. He's like, why would yo? I got a worse one. I traded my 360 for a PS2, bro. Yeah. I got some funny ones. I ended up getting everything anyways, but it's just I couldn't wait, guys. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. I was like, yo, my mom's like, I will get you that game. I'm like, bro, I can't wait. Because that's just how it was, man. I just wanted to play it. I couldn't wait. So I'm like, damn. So I seen the new GoldenEye trailer at E3. I'm like, damn, I want to get that. I want to play that multiplayer, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could tell you that story too. Like, I was like, man, I want to play that, man. I don't want to wait a few months to get this. So I traded in my, what was it? That 360 for the Wii. I traded it. I got the Wii. I was happy. I got the nice golden controller with it too. I got the golden controller with it as well. Oh, man. I was playing GoldenEye for the Wii. Yeah, that's what I wanted to play. Yeah. And then I traded my 360 for a PS2 because I'm like, oh, 360 ain't got no games because I played all of them. I played the Gears of Wars and all that. So I'm like, man, so I wanted a PS2 because I guess we had a PS2 but it broke. And the PS2s were still kind of expensive. So I traded my 360 to get a PS2 with some games. I got Kingdom Hearts 2 again and all that, and I loved it. I know we was different back then because I feel like if you trade a high-end product for a lower end, you're able to get more games in the end. You feel what I'm saying? I was just trying to maximize how much games, how much fun I had. You saw and said to yourself, I need to play this. Oh, easy. Guardian Heroes. Guardian Heroes was the first, bro. I seen the trip, bro. No, it was the commercial of Guardian Heroes, bro. Guardian Heroes. I literally told my dad, I said, I want this game. I'm like, I want this game, Dad. I want this. Like, I'm talking to him all. I was like, Dad, I want this game. You know, like it was very important. Like I needed this game in my life, and if I don't get it, something's bad's gonna happen to me, type stuff, right? So I'm like, Dad, I need this. You know what I'm saying? So I go to school, and then I come back, right? I come back, and my dad has the game right there. I was like, oh! I called my cousin, right? Oh, I called my cousin, right? I was like, yo, I got Guardian Heroes and stuff. He came over, right? Oh my goodness, man. It was amazing. He came over on Friday. We was playing that like non-stop, bro. Non-stop. Bro, I told my dad, I need this game, Dad. I was like, I need this one. That was the game, Guardian Heroes. That was it. Just crazy when you go back and look at the memories, and man, it was so very good. You know, something I wish I could go back to that, but I'm an old man now, unfortunately. Yeah, good times, bro. I told my cousin was playing that, bro. My cousin used to call me on the phone and be like, yo, man, I got every mask on Majora's Mask. You know, I was like, what? Yeah, I got all the masks. I got everything. My cousin, bro. This dude was a nut when it came to games, bro. I seen him beat Devil May Cry 3 on the hardest, did the special edition on the hardest. I'm like, bro, this man is crazy. That man was crazy. At the time, he's what pushed me to be a hardcore gamer, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this, bro. Well, my cousin, he pushed me, bro, to be a hardcore gamer. And then when I got into the multiplayer, I was better at the multiplayer than he was, and then I got him to get good at the multiplayer because he hated multiplayer. My cousin, he hated the multiplayer games. He hated it. He didn't like it. But as when he played, he liked to play co-op. He was kind of scared. Like, he had skills though, but it was like he was scared to play multiplayer. It was weird. I was like, you don't play multiplayer? I think he only did it for 2K. He's like, I only play the basketball. I was like, wait, why don't you play Gears of War? Why you don't play these games? So I got my cousin into those. You know what I'm saying? And then my cousin started playing online with fighters and all of that. You know what I mean? And then he started playing it heavy. So he started getting into the competitive multiplayer games. So essentially he got me into the competitive single player and I got him into the competitive multiplayer. Yeah, definitely, guys. I appreciate that. You know? Let's start. I went back. I don't know. I just feel like with 9th Gen, I just feel like, honestly, there's really nothing to look forward to, man. I mean, a lot of the stuff is games I've already played, man. I wanted to pick up Metal Gear Solid Delta Remake, but then I said to myself, I was like, I don't know, man. I mean, I already have this game. I've already played it. I played it on PS2. It's like, bro, like, I got to the point where I'm just tired of buying the same games over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, I bought Gears of War Reloaded. I had my 1 month of fun of it, and then I just got bored of it because I'm like, I want E-Day, bro. I want something else. I'm not saying that these games is bad. I'm just saying, like, I've already played it. So it's like, these games don't really cater to me no more. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, I don't know. Gaming right now has not really been the greatest for me, but that's why I just go play my retros and stuff. You know, retros, they make me happy, man. Every time I play a retro game, they put a smile on my face. Every time I play these, I be feeling disappointed. Yeah, that spark, you don't get it no more. But think about it, Skate. You waiting for Gears E-Day. And I know you a Gears fan. I mean, I know you were good at Gears of War and stuff, but I know you getting tired of playing the same Gears. I know you want to play E-Day. We all want to. We didn't wait this long for games, guys. You got to think about it. When Gears of War 1 came out, I was 06. Gears 2, 2008. 2008, right off Halo 3. We went from Gears of War, right? This is not even all the games, bro, right? Gears of War, when it first came out in 06, right? Then you had Halo 3 next year. You had back-to-back big games. You had Halo 3 in 07. Then you had Gears 2 right back in 08. You're like, damn, my year is good. We didn't even get to the meat and potatoes. We were like, oh, damn, our year's straight. Oh, my year's good now. They got Halo 3. That's going to hold me over till Gears 2. Gears 2 is going to hold me off to this game. Bro, they don't do it like that no more. Now you waiting 7-8 years for a banger. Gears 3 came out in 2011. Bro, we just don't get games no more, man. We waiting 7 years for one Gears game. It's pathetic. Yep, GTA 4 was also on 08. Like, I mean, this is embarrassing, man. Elder Scrolls, Fallout. Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness, bro. 2 years later, exactly. 2 years later, Red Dead, and then Gears 3 on 11. Like, bro, what happened? Yep, let me see. Angry said less funding, less devs, and faster releases for games, and games wasn't chasing the trend. Yeah. Like, I'm telling you right now, man, like, we had and that, you know what's crazy? That was just on the same platform. Then you had Sony with Killzone 2, Killzone 3, Infamous 1. Bro. I mean, oh my goodness, bro. It was hard to be. And then you had Nintendo with the DS's. It was a hard time, bro. I'm going to be honest. You needed to have money to play back then. That was a terrible generation as a kid. There was just too much. Terrible generation. I'm not saying it was a good generation, but terrible generation as a child because your parents weren't going to buy you all this. I was just lucky to get a vast majority of it. But man, back then, bro, we was eating good, man, back to back. I think Final Fantasy 13 came out, bro. We was get Lost Odyssey. Come on, man. Come on, man. Back to back bangers, bro. Now we gotta wait. Now we gotta wait 7 to 8 years for a freaking game. Like, what is this? Like, that's my whole thing, though. I had one handheld and one console. I had to choose why. Yeah, a lot of us had to make choices. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, oh, it was so good. Oh, it was so amazing, man. We will never get nothing like that, man. I mean, the fact that we're waiting about 6 years for Gears E-Day. We haven't even seen gameplay, bro. Oh, I mean, then we had Lost Planet 1, Lost Planet 2, Dead Rising was a new IP. Oh my goodness, man. The 360 had a lot of new IPs, man. I love that. I mean, that, like I said, 360 and PS3 was the last good era. That was the last good era that we had. And it's so sad to me because I feel like after that era, they just started focusing on a lot of the same games. Left 4 Dead was, oh yeah, Left 4 Dead. Oh my goodness, man. 360 PS3 is gaming at its peak. And the Wii had games too, though. Oh yeah, BioShock. All new games. Saints Row was new. All new games, bro. All of them were new. All of them. And they built upon those franchises. Ninja Gaiden 2 and '08. Oh my goodness, bro. We ain't never gonna get a year like this, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You got people saying that, oh well, this year. I mean, yeah, but back then we weren't just waiting for 2 or 3 games, man. We had hundreds, like. You know what I'm saying? We wanted games from Nintendo. We wanted games from Xbox. We wanted games from PlayStation, man. I know people had their favorites, man, but 2007 was crazy. It was. 2007 was crazy, bro. Leading from 2006, man. I remember the launch was good for 3. So I had Perfect Dark. What was it? Condemned Criminal Origins. We will never get back that, man. Now we gotta wait 7 years for an Intergalactic, 7 years for a Gear Z Day. We didn't even get a next-gen Halo. We got an Xbox One equivalent of a Halo. We didn't even get a next-gen Halo, bro. You know what I'm saying? We went from Halo 1 and 2, which was next-gen for those systems at the time, and we didn't even get a next-gen Halo. Halo 360 had, what, 3, ODST, Reach, and 4? Halo 5 was next gen for Xbox One. It wasn't the greatest, but it was next gen. We didn't even get a next gen Halo game. We didn't. We got Halo Infinite that runs on an. I'm not saying the game runs good, but I'm saying it's an Xbox One game, and that's what we got. We didn't get no next gen Halo. We didn't get that Halo that's gonna freaking push the power of the Xbox. We didn't get it. We did not get it. And that's kind of hurtful. That is really hurtful, to be honest. We did not get not a next-gen Halo. We're going to get a next-gen Gears, but who knows? That's probably going to be cross-gen with the new Xbox PC, though. Guaranteed. Intergalactic, cross-gen, PC. I mean, PS5 and PS6. They hitting us with cross-gen games now. They're not making real next-gen games no more. They're not making them like how Halo 3 was built from the ground up with the hardware. Halo, Gears of War, built from the ground up with the 360 and all the power of the 360. No, what we're getting, guys, is PS5 games masqueraded for PS6. Intergalactic will be a PS5 game running better on PS6. We're not living in the era of them taking full advantage of the hardware. Those days is over. And I'm kind of pissed. Because all these people like Porter October, oh, well, you know, the consoles is what takes advantage of the hardware. They're not doing that no more. They're making it for the lowest, just like PC, lowest common denominator, and then they're porting it to a more powerful platform to give you better results. Yep, the remakes. Steam custom play, I think Xbox. Oh, really? You think it? All right. So Jesus, so you think so? Now, mind, all right. This is my argument. All right, this is my argument. I feel like it's the other way around, and I'm gonna explain why. If Steam goes to PlayStation, right? Let me explain real quick. I see his point. He has a good point. What I'm gonna say to you is that it's actually more detrimental to Sony, and I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna give you a reason as to why I think this. Because PlayStation, people have to realize, people would pay for Game Pass on the new Xbox PC. Can we all agree? Xbox gamers would pay for Game Pass on Xbox PC. I think we all can agree with that. All right. That we got that argument out of the way. Now you have to understand, PlayStation gets the vast majority of its money from PlayStation Plus. Now, if Steam, right? Let's check this out. If Steam is on PlayStation, then that means I don't have to pay for online, which means that that's less money through Sony's PlayStation Plus. So that's why I feel like it's not going to go. Because Sony is making money because of Grand Theft Auto and, you know, the same usual games, third-party games that people pay to play those games every month. It's not their exclusives. It's the Call of Duties. It's like my dad paying for Call of Duty just to pay on PlayStation Plus. If PlayStation puts Steam on PlayStation, that means that who's gonna pay for Plus? That nobody buys exclusives, nobody cares for them, and nobody's gonna support PlayStation Plus. Nobody. Like, for example, if Steam go to PlayStation, would y'all support Plus? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt. I don't think nobody would support PlayStation Plus. But if Xbox goes the PC route, we would still support Game Pass. We would. We see value in it. You see what I'm saying? So I think people saying that it's really Xbox that's going under with that. Steam doesn't help benefit Sony the way it does Xbox. And the reason why that is because Xbox has the games that people want to play. PlayStation don't have the games people want. If Nintendo did it, they're going to make money. Xbox does it, they're going to make money. Because their games have value to people. PlayStation games have no value. And let's say, right, let's say if they do. Let's say if Steam does come to PlayStation 6, right? Guess what, Jesus, right? Guess what? They're not going to support PlayStation. They're going to be playing all their games for free. Which means that's going to be less and less PlayStation Plus members on Sony service. Because that's where the vast majority of their money's coming from. Not exclusives, that third party. And if you add that, that's only going to mess with PlayStation's pockets. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm hearing they're going to do their own launcher. That's what I'm hearing. I heard they don't want to put their games on Steam. They're going to do their own launcher. Yeah. Steam, yeah. See, Xbox, people don't realize, because people support Xbox no matter what. Let it be consoles. Man, they even support... PlayStation doesn't have anything hit. They don't have the games. They don't have the market to drive people to their ecosystem. They tried with Helldivers 2, and they were like, nah, bro, we don't want to support that. We ain't trying to make no accounts for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like PlayStation is actually... Xbox has Steam and other PC storefront. Xbox will be fine, definitely. But PlayStation, if they do that with Steam, PlayStation is dead. If PlayStation does that for Steam, because they want to copy Xbox, I'm telling you, PlayStation is dead. They can't afford that. And it's not that they couldn't do it, it's just nobody's going to support their Plus. They don't offer nothing. All people are doing is paying for online. Xbox Online is going to be free. Right? Steam is free to play their games online. Why the hell would anybody support Plus? Now people can say, well, you can do that on the Xbox. You don't have to support Game Pass. But it's the key word. Games, though. Game Pass. People support Game Pass because they like the what, guys? Because they like the games. They like the games. So even if these Xbox dudes go to Xbox PC, they're going to still want to have access to Game Pass Ultimate. Do you get what I'm saying? They're still going to pay for it. Even on the new Xbox PC, that people don't want to say it's a console. Now, if PlayStation puts Steam, that's gonna destroy their own market share. That won't destroy Microsoft's. I mean, I don't know, man. I think next gen is gonna be very, very interesting, and I can't wait to see what it is. I can't wait. I feel like things are about to turn for sure. You know what I'm saying? I think GTA 6 will be enough to keep PlayStation alive for now, right? And we'll see how this turns out, because I really don't think PlayStation is going to do well. I just feel it. And it's not because of their exclusives. It's more to do with their third party. That's why. Really? That's what they said? It's just, you know why? You know why they don't speedrun games on PlayStation? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they got too many damn cutscenes. Every time they try to... How can you speedrun a game with cutscenes like that, though? Think about it. You can't speedrun a game with cutscenes. Especially ones that you can't skip. That's why they don't speedrun them. They got too many cutscenes, and you can't skip them. Why would a speedrunner waste his time playing a game like that from PlayStation? That's a terrible argument that they gave you, they'll argue. They got too many cutscenes. Imagine speed running through the game and then be like, oh, snap, I gotta watch this 30-minute cutscene. Seriously? Like, you gotta be forced into watching it even if you played it a bunch of times. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying, argue, man. I'm a very hard person to argue with, man. I have good points. You know what I mean? I try to, you know what I mean, argue. I try to bring up very good and valid points that make people understand. Sony has to face the fact. Let me read this. Sony has to face the fact that the PS5 4 crowd has it. Yeah, that's true. Has it went over to the PS5, and I think Microsoft's trying to capitalize on that. They see no reason to move over. Yep, and exclusives is not the reason. It's not. And I'm thinking Microsoft's gonna try to capitalize on that. And I think, honestly, I think the Steam machine is trying to capitalize. You know what? You know what? That's a good point, Angry. Because you know what it is, though? I think, like you said, they're not going for the existing. I think people got it confused. Steam machine is not going after PS5 owners. Of course not. They already got their PS5s. Why would they downgrade to something like that? They're going after the people that didn't upgrade. That's who they're going for. They're trying to convert them. They're trying to convert the PS4 fan. Maybe even the Switch owner that hasn't upgraded yet. They're trying to go after that gamer. And that's what I'm saying. And that's where it's very dangerous and detrimental to PlayStation. Because guess what? Guess what? PlayStation can't do nothing to compete with that. They don't have the library. They don't have the games. And they definitely not going to offer free online multiplayer. So if any more devices like the Steam machine continue to come out, all I'm going to say is bye-bye Sony. You know what I mean? Bye-bye. Because at this point, Sony's consoles is only built off the backs of third-party and PlayStation Plus memberships. You know, hey, what's up, Rage Knop? Yeah, that's what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me hating PlayStation, but it's just the fact that they don't have their games. Like, they just don't have... Like, see, if Nintendo goes mobile, they making money. What they don't understand, it's not about going third party. It's about what do your games have in value. And if your games don't have that value ratio, well, guess what? You don't have no value because third party is third party, right? If people can say, well, Xbox is third. Xbox, oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, I love it. I love it. We got one. We got one, Jimmy. Oh, here we go. I love it. Chris Coleman. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. Chris Coleman, huh? Really? You believe that? Yeah, I think they're gonna use them. They should be okay as long as GTA 6 is out. They should be alright. I don't think the PlayStation 6 is going to flop. I think the PlayStation 6 will be their last console. Oh man, I seen that. Y'all seen his comment? Yo, what, Coleman? We're almost coming at 100 mil now. You see, this is all they worried about. You see how they don't talk about the games. They never talk about the games. They always talk about hardware sales. And do you know why those hardware sales are so high? Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. Third party. That's why those damn hardware sales are so high. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be their last console. You know? Until let's see if a GTA 7. It's so funny. It'd be funny if the GTA 7 would be a reason why we see another PlayStation. That would be hilarious. I think Grand Theft Auto will be the only reason as to why we see another console. I think a console will only exist if Grand Theft Auto comes out. If Grand Theft Auto don't come out, no console would exist. Yup, Carl, he's always right. Ding, 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 ding. Good answer, Carl. Good answer. I ain't heard from him since. Yo, GTA 7, yo, we probably, oh, okay. Yeah, I think people are too comfortable with the PS5. They might have a situation very similar to what the Wii to the Wii U was. I think so. I think so. I don't think PlayStation 6 is going to have that power going in. I personally don't think. They count them as sales, PS5 consoles. Yo, for real, though. That's why they be saying shipped. 84 million shipped. Oh yeah. And I think Nintendo, they're gonna milk the portable crowd as long as they can. But see, Nintendo has a backup plan. They got mobile though. So even if people get tired of the concept of a Switch, Nintendo has a backup plan. They could be like, all right, we're going mobile, and then Nintendo would be saved. I don't think Sony. I don't think so either. I don't think they could. Personally argue, I don't think they could because Nintendo dominates the portable. Home consoles will be taken over by essentially PC boxes of gaming. It won't even be a traditional console. I mean, at this point, Sony's kind of getting weeded out. You think? Oh, that's an interesting. You think a PlayStation handheld will do very well, however? Now, why? What makes you think that? I don't know. I don't think a PlayStation handheld will, though. I don't think so. You know the reason why? Because we already got better devices like the Steam Deck. Do you really think? Because you got to think about it. All right. Let's really think about this. So you said a PlayStation handheld, right? Now, okay, we have to ask ourselves, what's going to drive people to that handheld? What's going to drive them? What's going to drive them to the handheld? It definitely ain't exclusives because we know damn well that don't work. People ain't going to be paying for a PlayStation handheld and then having to pay online when you got stuff like the Lenovo Go and the Xbox handheld, which is free online. I don't think nobody's going to go for that. You think they're going to put 8K? You know, if they do, I'm going to be laughing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Sony could do. Yo, what's up, Duck? What could they actually do? I can't see PlayStation really doing anything. Personally, I can't see it. We got access to all the AAA. No, you don't. You don't have every AAA game. Steam got more games than you. What are you talking about, Pony? What are you talking about? You hear this guy? This guy told me we got more games. No, you don't. You don't got more games than Steam. You don't even have more games than Xbox. Xbox got more games than you. We could play the whole PlayStation 1. We could play the whole PlayStation 2. We could play original Xbox, 360, Xbox One, which you could do with your PS4 to 5. You don't have games like you think. When it comes to a lot of games, it goes like this. PC, Xbox, let me see, PC, Xbox. Like literally. This man don't know what he's talking about. So it goes PC for platforms with the most games. PC, Xbox. Let me see. Nintendo, PlayStation. I would have to say PlayStation, right? PlayStation. Yeah, I would have to say because of the third party. Then Nintendo. Yeah, it would go that well. Over that way. PlayStation doesn't have the most games, man. PS5 already. Yo, didn't you hear the guy? He said Steam gets 12,000 games a year. Bro, oh my goodness, bro. These ponies do not listen. What do you don't listen, bruh? Lay off the pony dust. Listen to what he said, Chris Coleman. Oh, we got 8 games. He told you we got 12,000. Bro, in 1 year. In 1 year. You got 8K games. Yo, 8K games is crazy. Hold on, what? Hold on, what? Hold on, what? 8K games? What 8K games y'all got? Hold on. Let me hear this. 8K game? What 8K game is this? What you talking about, G? Mr. 8K games. What? 8K? Is he talking about the box? Are you talking about the 8K box? Yo, what is man talking about, dog? They didn't even put 8K on the Pro, bro. 8K is not even. Yo, what is 8K exclusive? Yo, what? Yo, I love when they come in the chat like this, bro. I love this, man. This is hilarious to me. 8K, like, what? Yo, he got mad quiet, bro. Look at that. Yo, he probably looking online to see if he can find one 8K game. He can't find any. Look at this fool, bro. Oh my goodness, these ponies, man. They something else, bro. There's something wrong with these foes, man. Let me see what he said, though. He said PS5 already has 8K games. Most don't have the 8K TV. What current? Hey, yo, oh my, 120,000 games not available on your precious little PlayStation. And now with Xbox PC coming on the horizon, Xbox will be the second platform to have more games than you. Well, I mean, if we don't count the Steam machine, obviously. This is crazy, bro. This Yo, it's so funny how PC gamers don't be using that as an exclusive argument though. Well, he's like, I got 99. Hey, that's not bad though. That's a good price. I mean, to be honest though, Ari, you don't need Xbox will do it. You don't need a 4K because most of the games ain't even hitting 4K anyway. 1080p is still kind of where we at. 1440p if you want to push it a little further. Oh my goodness. Yo, what is this guy doing? Yo, Crit. Just because you didn't know the PS5 Pro can play 8 games. Y'all said that with the base model. I don't care about garbage indies. Well, bro. You don't care about... Hold on. Let me see. Just because you didn't know the Pro 5 can play games at 8K doesn't mean they don't exist. If they exist, then tell us. I don't care about garbage indie PC games. Those games barely sell anything. Bro, have you seen your exclusives lately? We got a PlayStation dude talking about sales, bro. Stop acting like you Nintendo. You're not Nintendo, bro. What is wrong with you PlayStation dudes, man? They really think they on that Nintendo high horse. You're not. Talk about those people. Bro, I guarantee people buy those indie trash games over your exclusives any day. Damn, one game is only 8K. Y'all not Nintendo. Humble yourself. Y'all not Nintendo, bro. You know he can't argue this, bro. This guy Chris, man, I can't. He must have just got his Pro. He must have just got it. I can't believe this crap, bro. I was like, it's funny because you don't think people like this exist, and then when they come out, you're like, yo, what? I have 6 more games in 8K. Hold on, what? Gran Turismo's in 8K. That's in 8K. That's also a PS4 game too. Let's not lie to ourselves. It's also a PS4 game, though. Let me see, son. Gran Turismo, bro. What? I'm gonna look it up, though, mate. Let's see. Don't be lying to me, Pony. I'm gonna look this up, even though I know you wrong. I'm gonna look it up. All right. I want to hear about 8K menu screens. And we're talking about 8K in gameplay. Okay, it says right here, Gran Turismo 7 has an experimental 8K mode on the PS5 Pro that requires the use of PlayStation Super Spectral Resolution. This enables 8K output while maintaining a 60 frames rate, though it disables ray tracing during races and requires an 8K compatible. Okay. Right? So I guess, okay, so this game, but even then though, it's not really, I don't know, it's experimental. It's not even really 8K though. Oh my goodness. And let's not forget that is a PS4 game too, though. That's a PS4 game. Okay, you got a PS4 game. It's literally upscaled. It's not even native. It's incredibly low. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it don't look good. I'm not saying Gran Turismo don't look good. All I'm saying that that's a PS4 game too. You do know that, right? These guys, man, they try to do anything for a victory. Like, oh, but it's 8K experimental mode. It's literally called experiment mode. What? Oh, and no ray tracing. Nope. Not even on a PS4 game. Got no graphical enhancements. Oh, man. I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. They done messed up, bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this is hilarious, bro. I've never in my life thought I'd see. Yo, it's crazy. Crazy how people think we came from 8K on consoles. I don't know, man. I don't even know why they even chasing it for real, though. I don't even know why. It's 8K when you can't afford an 8K. You understand that? Because you can't afford it. It's crazy. He said because you can't afford it, bro. Hey, listen, I'm not paying. I'm not going to try to pay that amount for no 8K TV, bro. Not for no freaking upscaler. You hear this, man? Oh, because you can't afford it, bro. You should have just went. You should have just got a PC, bro. You should have just got a PC. Out here buying an 8K TV with a PS5 Pro. Why ain't you playing on PC then? Mr. High Roller. Imagine having a nice television disc. Yikes. We'll see though, argue. More than likely they will, so that's just going to be less games for us. We're going to probably see more AA's coming out. So I guess PS5 and Xbox Series X will be good for a few more years because I don't think companies are going to really want to spend that much money on next gen. That's another thing too though. They don't want to spend them a lot of money, and you know, these AA's they ain't going to do it. So a lot of their games are going to be optimal for all devices, and I think that's where next gen, I don't know. I think what we're going to be seeing is more like how many features does this console have in comparison to the next one, because selling graphics going into next gen is going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard to sell graphics. So the only thing that I could see is the features. I think that's why Xbox is going for features and less so. Well, they're going to hurt. It's going to be more powerful than the PlayStation 6, but I think features is what's going to determine what platform people pick up on. I mean, that was my main factor, how many games I'm getting access to. So I think that might be the argument. Yeah. Because the budget's going to get too expensive for these games. I understand everybody cannot afford it, but it's for future. It's future proof. You know what's future proof? Yeah, I'm going to probably add one in. I'll probably do one tomorrow with you guys. Yeah, I'm going to add that in. Yo, 30 FPS resolutions, bro. Yeah, it's going to be hard to sell a PS6 with better graphics. Like I said, I'm thinking the graphics is going to be similar, except we're going to get better performance. That's what I'm thinking. AK, experimental upscale. Ray tracing disabled. Also a PS4 game, not a PS5 game. Gran Turismo 7 is a PS4 game, not a PS5 game. You know that, right? No, it's not, yeah. Really, they didn't hit a native 4K. I heard it runs 60 FPS on Switch 1. So I'm very surprised that it can't do it. Pickles, I'm imagine calling someone a thief by downloading ROM. Hey, yo, hold on. What happened there? Somebody... Y'all just saw that. It's stupid. You're a thief. Downloads a ROM. PS6 fake 8K with dog shit ray tracing. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that PS6 gonna be a hard sell for me, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's gonna be a hard sell for me, especially that I'm already comfortable with my PS5 already. You know, that's gonna be a hard sell for me. So, yeah, that's gonna be a tough sell. Stop hating. You haven't experienced this. Stop to. Oh my god. I'm not saying it ain't looking good, cool. I'm not saying that. I didn't say it. I didn't say it didn't look better. I didn't say it didn't look good. Like, you want me to go, you know, awe and be shocked about this, bro. That's nothing to be shocked. It's a PS4 game. Oh, really? Damn. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay, my bad, cool. I didn't know what's going on all the way. Okay. Like I said, man, I mean, if it looks good, hey, I mean, that is good. I'm not hating on that. I'm just saying I don't think it would be worth it to me, but other than that, I don't think it's bad. Yeah. Oh, they did. That's good. Also, there's no more internet requirement now. They're doing that. I'm assuming people gonna have to update their PS5s though. And I know they probably made them inside it. Resolution wars. Oh yeah. Says these type of game experiences are not for everybody. No, I know, it's just like PC gaming. You know what I'm saying? If you want the best experience on PC, you gotta pay. You know? I don't know if you would pay that all that for one game though, but I mean, hey. You're gonna be pretty salty if that game drops on PC. Okay, the early Slim ones. Okay, that's good though. I'm kind of happy Sony decided to change it. That is good. But it's like, then you start questioning, like, why did they do it in the first place? You feel me? Oh, oh snap, bruh. I literally snuck into this guy's house, bro. It was crazy. Y'all see this crap? Oh, I just hit the jackpot. Look at that. Oh, bruh. Yo, these dudes are stupid, bro. If I had explosives, I could have. I think these are durable, though. Nice. Oh, they put locks on their stuff. So the only way I would be able to get in there is if I had explosives. Alright guys, I'm gonna head off for a bit. I had a nice time talking with you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one, alright? Take care everybody.